Yes, sir. We back. Higher voltage. I'm in here with my boy
SwampCity Kapp.
We finna vibe up. We in here at Higher Voltage. We got a couple topics for y'all. So the first one is $1 million enough? That's what Cap was saying. Cap got a question for the people out there, all my Voltage family out there. Is $1 million enough?
Hell no. We know that shit ain't enough.
I mean, it might be enough to somebody who never really had much, so they feel like it's
enough. We gonna blow through it. It's still ain't enough.
You know, anything can be enough to anybody.
Once you get that big chain, get that whip, you know what I'm saying? That lady, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't gonna go about it like that. Some people might be a little humble, like, man, I had so many nights sleeping in hotels, sleeping in cars.
But when he buys mama that crib that he didn't think about before he spent out a little meal, and he buy, you know, his sister and a little something, he back down $100,000.
What about the people who went to school and, you know, they had a bad situation and, you know, they got that money, they got that $1 million now, they finna do right by that money. They ain't finna fuck it up like the rest of them.
And then you got that college.
But that ain't getting to $1 million. If you got a college, like 60 bands, 100 bands, college debt, that ain't bad if you got $1 million.
Yeah, but you gotta think, man. Everything is more expensive nowadays, man.
It's really more about the mind state. Is you doing more spending than you doing investing? Is you doing more saving than you doing blowing?
Well, we all know when you spending money and ain't making none. That's always.
Yeah, and it's always easy to say what you would or wouldn't do when you ain't got it in your hand.
True, but $1 million ain't really too much money nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like I said, once again, it all depends on who hands it in. Because a hustler might take that $1 million and turn it to $3 million.
You know what? I would say you won that case.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you was just saving about $1 by $1 for the 1,000 by 1,000, them $100 was real serious until it got comfortable, you gonna respect that money way more than somebody who taking that money used to not really earning the money for real.
Oh, that's real. I'm just thinking of more of the instance of like...
Yeah, it ain't a lot of money for sure.
It ain't a lot of money. Like, say, once you really buy a crib, say if you buy a $250,000 crib, you buy a $30,000 vehicle or whatever, you already over a quarter of your money almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, it all depends on what spending habits and what investments you got planned. You can go into and even sometimes investments crash. You might have the money and go into a restaurant business and the business fold, and at least you try.
Ain't no least you try when you blow that kind of money down.
Nah, but the effort do matter because you can go straight blow the money and then people be looking at you like a fool. You know what I'm saying? You probably could build another business partner and pick up where you left off from if you did some of the right steps.
But I mean, how Miami going right now is definitely not enough money.
No, it's true.
It's definitely not enough money. I mean, when you got a family, you got, you know, responsibilities it's nothing nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even have healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Pay for healthcare in real life situations and shit.
What it is if you got enough self-discipline to create a balance, the moment you get that $1 million and already got goals and dreams and you put them into effect as soon as you get it. Because what happens is a lot of people get that much money and they didn't have a plan from the jump when they received the money. So off rip, that money finna go downhill because they never had a plan. They trying to come up with a plan while the money going away. But if you got a couple plans,
a man without a plan is planning to fail. So you gotta have a plan. You right. You know what I'm saying? So but I mean, with the day, it's like rolling dice. You know what I'm saying?
But right now, if I had $1 million right now and I went and started a business and bought a crib, I feel like I'll still have like enough money left where it's like it's up to me to see if those situations that I got involved with and that I started, would it take me to the next level or would I be in debt from trying to keep them going? You know what I mean? That's really the real situation with some people, because you can go buy a crib for like $400,000, $350,000, $300,000, and then after that, you know, you might spend about the same amount into a business, $250,000, $300,000. So you still got about $400,000, $350,000 left. But the thing is, what you doing with your time?
It sounds like, about that much. But, I mean, I always look at it like this. You right. Because if you save that money, you going to pinch off it. And eventually it'll be gone, believe it or not.
Right.
You can spend $100 in a year. You know what I mean? Just doing little shit. Everyday shit without having any income coming in. So when you look at it over time, I mean, I ain't trying to say you get $1 million, you broke next year. But I mean, in the course of a couple of years, you're going to be at your minimum. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to have $1 million and still stay in some poverty type shit. you're going to at least get a condo, at least get something nice, and then you think about maintenance.
And I think that's the difference between the people who can make it with dollars and the people who gonna just have the money and then, basically say I once had the money but it's all gone. The people who invest. That's basically what it boils down to, because at the end of the day, even record labels right now assign an artist and give him $1 million, but right after they give him $1 million, he's in debt probably $4 million. Like,
before you give him before you give him $1 million.
Yeah, same time. It's like same time. As soon as they give you, you already in debt $3-4 million. So the $1 million still have a high value, but everything
it has a value.
It's
just not a high value.
No, it still have a high value. It's just everything is expensive. So it's like.
So it's not a high value then. I think if the dollar done moved up to the $10, right?
I mean, 20,000 is not a lot of money, but it's still a high value for what depends on what you're going to purchase with it.
Yeah, but if you had 20,000 in your life right now, you don't see nothing really changing in your life. You just know you got money in the bank now that you don't really have.
But that goes back to the goals, depending on what you want to do with it. If I got 20,000 and I'm planning on buying a used food truck and I already got everything mapped out, and I'm finna see if this money finna come back immediately, then it's a different ball game. That's why I say anybody who receive the money, it all depends on what their goals is and how effective they can put the time and effort in to invest and make moves on the money soon as they get it.
True. But I mean, we all know when you ain't never had no money before, that shit there, you saying in secondary, I got to do, all the things I really want to do when I ever said I was going to get some money. And then I'm going to get to the important shit. I mean, that's just the mindset of somebody who really never had.
Yeah. Which is majority of it.
That's why when people win a lotto, they broke. You hear me? I mean, when you see that kind of money, you don't know that's not a lot of money when you spending that kind of money. Like saying if you're a middle class citizen, right, and you came across that kind of money, you can live comfortably because you was already kind of living on a certain level. You know what I mean? That all you gotta do is maintain that kind of lifestyle or upgrade a little bit. But when you came from the bottom, you just want to kind of shoot all the way up because you ain't never had nothing. And when you do that, you kind of forget that, hey, when I buy this $1 million crib or when I buy this $400,000 crib, the maintenance of that crib, you understand what I'm saying? The you know what I'm saying? Get the grass cut, to get when the dryer going out, when the fucking dishwasher going, all this shit costs because I had a house before.
Yeah.
And we all like raised in public housing. Sometimes we don't know what shit costs because you got HUD coming in and fixing every damn thing.
Right.
When you got to pay somebody like a handyman to come in.
Yeah, you got to pay for all your own roof and your own
I
plumbing.
had a handyman to come in my shit. I try to get the ugliest nigga I could find. Shout out to him.
Most definitely. But I feel like when you talking about $1 million, like even hood niggas who never seen that much money before, they could go blow 400,000 and still have money left. They could blow half of it, half a ticket, 500K, and still have money left to make some better decisions with the rest of that money. Because the things that niggas really be wanting don't really hold that much value. They go buy a couple $1,000 pair of jeans, a mirror, a couple J's, a couple designer, couple little chains or whatever jewelry he gonna buy, whatever whip, and niggas be damn near satisfied. Them hood niggas ain't.
But then you say, like you said, what you gonna do with that? What if you buy them same mirror jeans and all that shit and walk into a room that, you know what I'm saying, full of other niggas that, accept a nigga in the mirror jeans and all that, and now you put yourself in a different realm of being able to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with other people and me.
I mean, that's what most people look forward to who don't even have a plan at all. They just like, oh, I'm going to make myself seem better, look better, and it's going to attract, 48 laws of power. It's going to attract money people, more business transactions, more people want to work with me and network with me.
We all know when you look good, you got a couple days or so to keep that impression on how you made on somebody.
Right.
If you can keep it up, they'll believe it. If you can't, then they'll be like, well, I seen you like this, and then I see like, are you going down?
But the difference really, to me, the real difference to me is when you really got a plan and you really having progress or motion or whatever they want to call it. You really got something going on for real.
I mean, you should always have a plan. That's the given. That's why when people
a lot of niggas ain't got
advisors,
a plan.
But I'm just saying, that's why when you get money, most people have advisors. When you think about smart people,
and one thing about it, sometimes ain't nothing wrong with not having a plan, because sometimes it take a while for you to figure out. It takes time for you to come up with a good idea.
That's why the advisors come into effect. You know what I'm saying? Most people we know with bread, they got advisors. We think they're making these decisions, but they pay somebody to make these decisions. Smart people hire smarter people.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Believe Donald Trump is a smart guy.
And the more I think about it now, a lot of people is gonna blow that money, like you said. Cause I know people who come around certain situations and they see stuff and they be like, "How much you spending?" You be like, "Oh no, this about $70,000 to have this business or whatever," and they be like, "Damn, I just blew that in the club and hotels and traveling and hanging out. Damn, I could have had a business like that." And you start to realize that a lot of people not willing to step out and on faith either and start stuff and do stuff.
Well, I'm glad everybody especially the black community, we learn. It ain't nothing wrong because I support the nigga hustle. Ain't nothing wrong with throwing that money, but at a certain point, it's a certain limit of what you should be throwing in the club and then because you can invest that. But we finally learned that. That's why they got so many rappers. And
niggas still ain't learning.
No, that's a lot of niggas did though. That money be kind
of. A lot of niggas learn.
Complaining. Bitches complaining.
A lot of niggas learn, but a lot of niggas still ain't learning.
But they complaining. If you put your ears in the club and bitches complaining, niggas ain't throwing money like that no more.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like they still going and they still supporting. Whether they throwing money like at a large amount, they still going and they still supporting. So,
but when they going, that admission going to the club, you feel me? But they ain't getting that like they used to. You gotta remember.
I just feel like the money just slowed up on the streets. That's why.
The money? But then again,
that's why the minute the joint come back, a nigga teed up, them niggas gonna be right back.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But some niggas got 365s. Right. Niggas all year long, but niggas just finding better things to do with their money. I ain't gonna even say better things. I'm gonna say better things. Fuck it, better things to do with their money because
I will hope y'all finding better things to do with y'all money. Because from the looks of it, like I said, niggas will come around and see a setup that they could afford, but they won't never step out on faith and purchase it. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that a lot. Even with myself, I had to. Hey man, stop talking about it if you ain't gonna do it and actually go start purchasing stuff to put yourself in a predicament where like, boy, I done put my money where my mouth is. Now I done start buying so much stuff and doing so much stuff to now I gotta follow through.
I'm gonna give you, it's a nigga was out of Detroit, right? He had won a lotto or whatever. I think he got X amount of dollars, whatever. But this is just the funny part about the story. The nigga went and bought a chain, right? The chain was like $20-something. Mm-hmm. Immediately he got robbed at a gas station, right?
Right.
Now, you know what I get out of that?
What?
You spent $20,000 on the chain, $25,000 on the chain, but you ain't buy no goddamn gun.
Right.
That's what I see wrong out of that shit.
Higher voltage. So everybody want to know, what is higher voltage? Well, it's a platform. We're here to offer services for every upcoming business, every music label, every business, every artist, rapper, singer. Even if you have a product or a merchandise, that's what we're here for. So people want to know why I started it. It's a voice for upcoming businesses. Y'all come tap in. So right now I need all of my Voltage fam to go subscribe to Higher Voltage TV. It's the Higher Voltage Podcast. We here to give you plenty episodes and plenty shows. Y'all like, subscribe, and comment. Dollah Bill 305. Higher Voltage. Let's go. Higher Voltage.